Hi, welcome to Sugar Free. This is the weekend reading for Saturday the 4th and Sunday the 5th of May 2019. Hope you're well. Fresh, sunny, chilly morning here. We've got late, cold weather coming down from the north. We had to go out to the vegetable patch and put fleece over everything last night to try to protect our little growing food crop from the cold. Anyway, 3 card major arcana reading, then 1 from the swords, 1 from the wands, 1 from the pentacles and 1 from the cups, to have a look at the challenges ahead for the weekend. The new moon today in Taurus, and we are quite firmly into Taurus season, which is lovely. Right, one last cup. Let's see what we get. The Tower. Well, this has been no stranger. The Fool and Death. Okay. How interesting. 3 really serious cards about transformation, but all very different in nature. How do they work together today? Well, for the weekend. Okay, now, the Tower and Death are both out of our hands. The Tower is something that happens to the individual. The Death card here represents utter transformation, as does the Tower card, but on the global. No one gets away from this. But this one, the Tower, there might be all sorts of other towers built all over the place that happen not to have been smashed to pieces by a bolt from the blue. As we see here, there is the bolt from the blue. Doesn't happen to everyone. It's not inevitable. Nonetheless, if it comes, when it comes, if it's going to come, there is nothing to be done. So the challenge of the Tower card is to look at what do you do when everything that you've built up has been smashed to pieces by some utterly random force from the outside that's nothing to do with you. How do we cope with that? How do we grow past that? The Death card. The Death card, I'm getting a real sense of release about this today. There's a letting go here, and an understanding that it's a kind of kind inevitability. There's a benevolence about the Grim Reaper today, because everybody cops it from death in the end. Everybody. And it sweeps up everything. It doesn't just sweep up what you have done. That's or kind of render for the time being useless what you have done, as we have in the in the Tower card. In the Death card, everything is swept up in the scythe. We have the Bishop's mitre, the weapons, the swords, the tools, the books, the jewels, all of it, except the artist's palette. And that's the way forward after this. Creativity. So we've got two kinds of inevitable. You know, sooner or later, that bolt from the blue is going to come. Where it hits, nobody knows. And there's nothing you can do to prepare for it. Nothing. And to try to avoid it. Absolutely nothing you can do. As I say, in the death card, it's a collective. There's a collective energy for this. And as I say, I'm feeling a real kind of sense of compassion and benevolence around this today. Everybody is subject to this, no matter what they do. I mean, with the Tower card, one could say, well, you shouldn't have built it there, should you? What useful comments like that. Sitting in the middle of the reading as the veil, the fulcrum, the kind of the pivot point between these two kinds of inevitable sweeping away, neither of which is welcome, it has to be said. Sitting in the middle is the Fool. The eternal new start. God, I don't know why something about this is just really, really making me laugh today. Because the Fool really does look like a fool today in this reading. We're surrounded by these, like... He's like, oh my God, everything I've built has been smashed to pieces. And now death is coming. Things as they really are. Things as we see them. Things as they really are. It's to do with me. It's nothing to do with me. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm kind of sorry. It's so powerful. These symbols are so powerful today. I really want to try and get this right. What is this Fool doing in the middle? Okay, it is yet again, about not taking it personally. The Fool is alone. All he has is his little doggy friend with him. And I've just noticed for the first time, one shoe on, one shoe off. Where did he leave that other shoe? Is he waiting for it to drop? No matter how many times we start again, the end will come. No matter how kind of blithely and innocently we start again after this. I mean, it's very apt that the Fool would come after the Tower card. Very, very apt. It's like, okay, listen, everything's smashed to pieces. Let's just like go back to the drawing board and start again. With real kind of hope in our heart. Things as they really are. Again, it's a story of acceptance. The challenge is acceptance today. I'm going to get another one here on death because I'm intrigued. As I say, I can really see how the Fool... It's a very good idea to follow the Tower with the Fool card. I mean, what else are you going to do? You know, there's no point in firing the architect. It's not the fault of the architect this damn thing's fallen down. So it's like, yep, okay, blank slate. The blank slate card. But I need another one here on death, because this is quite a shocker following on from these two. High Priestess in reverse. Now, I see this as the card of narcissism. The High Priestess in the reverse. It's all the wonderful, again, benevolent compassion of the feminine aspect, and the the mysterious regeneration. However, today I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that. I tell you what's coming to my mind today with this is Kali, the Hindu Vedic force, the Shakti of time. This is about time today. This is about the inevitable swallowing of all back into the infinite potential. That's what Kali is about. That's why she has that bloody great weapon in her hand and the severed head in one of her other hands. It's like, look, you can build what you want. Build what you want. Everything is coming back to me and I'm going to swallow the whole lot. And that's why her tongue's hanging out. Now, this looks like a terrible reading, but it's actually not. There is utter release in this. So no matter what you're struggling to achieve or trying to achieve, working towards, trying to pull off, trying to bring about, trying to manifest, you can go back, you can ping, 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 ping between this like tower energy, I tried, and external forces fucked it up for me. So I'm going to start again. Build something. I tried. External forces fucked it up for me. So I'm going to begin again. You can do this however many times you want. In the end, death and time are going to claim you back. And yeah, for me, the challenge in this reading is to accept that. And in accepting that is utter liberation and peace of mind. It's a zooming out the biggest picture possible. Here we're in a very kind of individual place. Here it's not the whole town that's been swept away, it's one person's efforts coming to nothing through no fault of their own. This is very, very individual. This is the collective. And by zooming out as far as we can and looking at the bigger picture, I've got that song in my mind, From a Distance. From a distance, do, 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 do. I don't know all the words. There is release here. Utter, utter release and peace of mind. Right, let's get one from the swords. Okay, Two of Swords. Well, the push and pull between the sense of ourselves as an individual with all our projects, all our hope, personal to us, and the impersonal forces of time here acting upon us. That's what I'm getting here in the Two of Swords. And we're sitting with it. We're simply sitting with it. And I get the feeling that no matter if, you know, the tide's coming up behind her and all the rest of it, never mind, her arms are getting tired. Never mind, never mind. For the time being, sit with it. Expand your being beyond yourself. And accept your fate. You know, in India, many people see Kali as absolutely the supreme goddess and the ultimate protective mother who gives birth to us and then takes us back into herself. It's not malevolent, not in the slightest. It is release and peace. Okay, Knight of Wands. Now I'm seeing this as an echo here of the Fool card. We have this energy for self, in the best possible sense, self-promotion and kind of self-motivation, self-powering here. And yes, we are a self, and that's all very, very useful, but we are also simply um, a contraction, a little node of the cosmic energy, the infinite energy involved here in the Death card, and today the Kali card. We will want to see this as an individual matter. And as I say, the Tower is an individual matter. We have this push-pull between the two. We are both an individual with utterly our own journey, our own history, our own future, our own fate, and our own karma to create and live. And at the same time, we're just a bunch of blinking cells. Right, he was here yesterday, Page of Pentacles. And we were looking again at something new. We were re-examining something, looking more closely at something. So yesterday we had the Page of Wands followed by the Page of Pentacles. Today we have the Knight of Wands followed by the Page of Pentacles. So we've kind of booted ourselves up a level here. Yeah, this is about release. No matter what way we live, it will end. And I know that probably sounds really depressing. And, you know, if you're a young viewer, it may appear utterly irrelevant. And good, that's absolutely fine. You know, live with it, with the full energy through your youth. It's fantastic. But it's not depressing at all. It is release. It's a kind of throwing off of the responsibility of one's own selfhood and dissolving into the collective. These are collective energies here. Yeah, we got the push-pull between the individual and the collective today. Have another look at the energy involved here. And look at we've got the Fool holding his staff. We've got the Knight here, who in this context does look, I'm afraid to say, like a little bit of a Wally, like charging in on his horse, holding his great big club. Won't make a damn bit of difference because he's going this way as well. Interesting. I do promise I do shuffle. I shuffle after, I shuffle before. Three of Cups, as per yesterday. So we're repeating what was happening yesterday in these last two cards, the Pentacles and the Cups. The collective energy is winning. The impersonal nature of existence and the apparent end of existence. And when I'm saying that, when I'm saying the apparent end of existence, for me, that is the reason the High Priestess is in reverse today. Because bottom line is, when we all get to that edge and cross that edge, cross that line, which we will, not one of us knows what's on the other side. Just the adventure inherent in that. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful reading. What a beautiful reading. Once again, we're all in it together. We're all in it together. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Do have a lovely weekend. I just want to end on this note. I remember hearing this statistic 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago. And I found it rather difficult to believe. But I remember I asked my father, who was alive at the time and who was a very, very learned person. And he said he thought it was probably the case. And the statistic was, it didn't involve actually any actual numbers, but it was about numbers, that there are more people alive today, and that was probably 15 years ago, as I also, so it's probably even more the case now. There are more people alive today than have ever died in the entirety of the human species. So I will leave you with that two-a-swordsy kind of thought and wish you a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.